spend more, we put more on the schools, and we're more dissatisfied than we've ever been. More money is not going to solve the problem, if we're talking generally speaking, because how money is spent is more important than how much.
And that idea was at the heart of the creation of charter schools within the public school system. It was 30 years ago this week that North Carolina's General Assembly created charter schools, becoming the 20th state and only the second in the Southeast to do so.
And the idea was to have a series of little laboratories where new ideas could be tested before then moving them to all the public schools statewide. Tonight's Buckley Report looks at how well the experiment has worked when judging by their popularity.
According to the Office of State Budget and Management, North Carolina has added about 800,000 residents since 2019, making it among the 3 or 4 fastest growing states at 7.7%. Yet over that same time, public school enrollment has dropped by 76,000, nearly 5%. 102 of the 115 districts have seen their enrollment decrease. Is there something going on that we should know about?
Our traditional public schools, our district public schools, make up the vast majority of where our students are. And so if parents, as they are going to choose other options, where other than our public schools are they likely to come from?
Parents are increasingly choosing charters, which are public schools but operate independently from the state public school bureaucracy. Charters have grown by a third since 2019 and now teach 10% of the state's public school population and have another 75,000 students on waiting lists. What about charter schools? Have they been a success?
I am supportive of charter schools. I believe that they provide an important set of options where we started with 100 charter schools in the state and there was a cap. What I would have done is, as opposed to completely removing the cap, which is what the General Assembly decided to do, I would have incrementally increased the cap.
If I found out anything in my short tenure so far as Secretary of Education, it is that one size does not fit all.
In a visit to High Point earlier this year to, among other things, highlight a $53 million grant the Trump administration provided to help charters make up for the lower overall per pupil spending the state provides them, North Carolina native and Secretary of Education Linda McMahon claimed that her boss is the most pro-choice for schools president the country has ever had.
He also believes that there should be no child that's trapped in a failing school and that there should be opportunities for those children to get out of a failing school.
Although many North Carolinians support traditional public schools, the grades they provided them in a recent Elon University poll didn't exactly put those schools on the honor roll. Charters were 14% more likely to get an A or a B grade from those surveyed, and traditional public schools were 80% more likely to get a C, D, or an F. We asked Bob Lubke, the director of the Center for Effective Education at the John Locke Foundation, to grade public schools.
I'd say a C minus.
So there's work to do.
Yeah, there's work to do.
One of the loudest complaints supporters of traditional public schools launch at charters is that they are, in their view, unaccountable.
I think they're more accountable than public schools are. Because if they're not working, if they're failing, they're shut down.
Or the parents can just leave.
That's right. 59 of them have been closed. Now, if you're public school and you're failing, you're not going to be closed.
7 new charter schools will open in North Carolina this coming year, and at least 4 more are scheduled to open in the fall of 2027. Bob Buckley, Fox 8 News.
North Carolina now has 208 charter schools. The cap of 100 total was removed as part of President Obama's race to the top education reforms back in 2009.